Hello guys. Hello. Yes, this is Quail, one of my 7 lady quails. And quail are very hardy. They can be outside during summer and winter with no extra heat or anything. You may consider giving them a little bit of lighting during the winter if you want them to lay eggs. Otherwise, they may stop for a couple of months. When it's the coldest, the days are the shortest. It's mostly not the temperature, but the number of hours of light that they will be laying eggs. I don't eat quail meat, but I certainly eat quail eggs. And these quails are called Coturnix quail. It's one of the varieties, and they lay about 1 egg a day. And it's important to collect the eggs every day because otherwise they will just stop laying. One of the benefits of having quail is that unlike chickens, they don't make noise. They will not annoy your neighbors. You know, I understand that people want quiet and peace, and I respect my neighbors, and with quail, they don't even know I have them. I just have female. You don't have to have male and female to have eggs. And the male makes a noise like a little croaking noise, and some male quails will make more noise than others. It's not a loud noise that anybody can like really hear and think, oh, she has chickens, but it can be annoying if it keeps crawling and crawling and crawling every 10 minutes. It eventually gets annoying, and I had male quails like that too. But females, they don't really make any noises, and they require very little space. Like this is 5 by 3 feet, 5 feet by 3 feet cage, and it's about maybe 3 feet here and 2 feet here that I built myself. And all they need really is they need to have fresh water every day, and they need to be fed once a day with those quail egg layer crumbles that I supply. They have like between 21 and 27 or 30% of protein. And that's it. Additionally, I give them other things because I like to increase their nutritional, value of their diet. I give them comfrey leaves that I grow in my garden, and sometimes I will sprout seeds for them, or fruits or vegetables. And you can feed them pretty much anything, and they will enjoy it. And sometimes I give them those oyster shells that are like crumbled, so they will have more calcium. And that's about it. Once in the morning I go out, I make sure they have water, I give them food, and that's it. That's it for the day. And then once a month or so, or maybe every 2 weeks, I'll change their bedding in the cage. And I'll do that right now, and I'll show you my quail. I noticed one thing, that if you don't feed them, you miss the feeding, they will kind of attack each other, and they can even kill each other. So it's essential to provide them with water all the time and food. They have to have food all the time available to them. I'm gonna have to change the bedding now today because it hasn't been changed for at least 2 months now. So right now I'm just gonna put in their cage. All you really need to do is just remove the wood shavings and use them as compost, but don't put it under plants because this is what is called hot manure. It needs to decompose for like 6 months or a year. and then it's excellent, rich source of nitrogen and other elements. There's really no bad smell. Here's another egg. This is the bedding material that I use. Those are pine wood shavings. A big bag like this costs me between $5 and $10 depending where I shop, and it's called top bedding, 6.5 cubic feet loose. My advice is don't use cedar wood shavings because they are too aromatic for quail and they damage their nostrils, so they'll die. I removed the old shavings and now I'm gonna put the new shavings. Last winter when it was really cold, I used this lamp. I put a heat lamp for them for the coldest nights. These are very clean birds. For example, when people have chickens, there's always the risk of a salmonella, right? Everybody's worried about salmonella, not to wash the shells because salmonella can get inside and so forth. Well, this is not a problem with quails because quails do not carry salmonella, and the reason for that is that quails' body temperature is higher, so salmonella doesn't find it as a hospitable environment, and just quails do not have salmonella. And the reason that the eggs themselves cannot be contaminated is that they contain a compound that is called lysozyme, and lysozyme kills bacteria. So actually they are very healthy and very clean birds. And pharmaceutical companies, for example, they take quail eggs and they extract this lysozyme and they put it in vaccines because it's such a potent chemical. And the last element of my daily routine is that I come and I pick the eggs, and here they are. And yes, you guessed correctly, I put some eggs from other days just for fun. I mean, I have 7 hens. I get like 7 eggs a day max, but these are all eggs laid by these quail in the last few days, so they are very productive. And I'll talk next about the benefits of these wonderful eggs. You ask how do the quail eggs taste, and from my experience, quail eggs taste exactly the same as chicken eggs, or a little bit better. Like when you do scrambled eggs, the quail eggs have larger egg yolks, so it's a little more yellow, so that's to me better taste, but it's all personal. People still run away from me, but they are not like terribly afraid. See, they will like let me catch it. You have to be careful not to have too high of a cage because they like to fly up and then they break their necks and die. So they cannot have too high of a cage.